when I listen to this song, of the Testify to Love, I guess the Reverend Park, he gave a testimony. Can you hear me well? This is in and out.
I just changed.
Sorry. It's a very good. Reverend Park actually, he spoke and gave a little testimony at the birthday of a true father, 100th years birthday on the Father Moon. And that was really beautiful because when he first walked into the church in Korea, he was 19 years old. Now met with a father aged 37. Can you imagine the Father Moon with a 37-year-old? And church was very small. Smaller than this. It's a very, very small church. And then here is, a Father Moon, and just a really, 3 or 5 people in there, and where he had a very close relationship, close contact with Father Moon. Great. Here, if I move here, can you hear me? Great. Okay, great, much better. Thank you. All right. Here it is. That reminds me, testimony reminds me a whole lot about the book of Acts, how Paul traveling around, eastern section of the area to the whole entire all around Mediterranean seas, and stopping by the city to cities and reaching out to the Gentiles, and spoke to the temples, and there he spoke to many people, baptized, many joined the church, and number, people increased. That was really the sort of amazing time of the book of Acts. Yeah. Anyway, today my topic is to surround yourself with a wise man and wise woman. That's my title for today. Well, I just want a quick recap from last week, as I mentioned. Hello? Great. As I mentioned last time, I talked about, you can move here, good, it's better, right here, the reception's better right here. Okay, great. As I mentioned last time, many times we live in an everyday life that is constantly criticizing ourselves, constantly sort of like criticizing myself and ourselves always, and repeatedly, and always telling ourselves, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough because why? I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not enough income. I don't have this enough. Or maybe I'm too heavy. I'm not light enough. I need to lose my weight. So in order for me to do that, if I reach to a certain income level, if I reach to a certain weight level, or if I'm getting hot, if I'm taller, or if I'm shorter, if I'm lighter, or if I'm heavier, then I can really like myself. Can you hear me well? Great. Many times we say, I once again ask this question, what is exactly for you is not enough? What is it something you own? What is it something that is not enough for you? What is it always sort of like playing a sort of like videotape or a recording inside of mine, I need to get here, I need to get this certain income level, I need to achieve here so that I can like myself. But if I try to really bashing ourselves, if I try to criticizing myself, if I try to find out how many weaknesses do I have, if I try to count how many mistakes I have, then we cannot grow. Literally preventing ourselves from growing, attaining your goals, attaining your purpose, and attaining your growth. And preventing from you from what God had prepared, store something wonderful for you. It literally preventing from each one of us from attaining wonderful, something great that God has stored for each one of us. If you began to counting how many weaknesses do I have? While we are wasting our time, how many weaknesses do I have? Honestly speaking, I do. When I wake up in the morning, if I walk into the company, start counting my weakness. Weakness 1, weakness 2, and financial problems. My goodness, somehow it become part of me. They're playing a tape inside of me. And constantly playing a tape inside of me, and constantly going around, become part of myself. That is why I really have to emphasize once again that God is not a God of performance. God is not looking for how good you're performing. His relationship, our relationship, eternal relationship, based on a relationship, not based on a performance. God never wants us to count how many mistakes I had. How many weaknesses do I have? That's not really, God never changed His sort of love. That love between us and God will never change. We are the children of God. God with unconditional love never change. Yes, perhaps the habits that we have, there's something that is we need to work on, but not at this particular moment. God will eventually taking us through so that we can change. Eventually, yes, we can overcome some of the habits, some of the weakness, but at this time it is so important for us to accept where we are right now. Accept where we are right now. This is my conviction. It is my spiritual fasting. I know once I told you last time, how many people fast? I don't know if you ever done a fasting. Thank you, Jane. You fast. Wow, San Kwong, so. And Kevin, and all right, Alice is fast. Well, what about fasting from your thoughts? When you wake up in the morning, instead of playing that tape, decide to fast from your thoughts. Toxic thoughts can eventually permanent inside. It expand inside of you, take roots inside of you, and it can grow inside of you. So this is something that we don't want to do that. Our relationship with God is eternal. It's a relationship not based on performance. It's based on a relationship. Number one. Number two, is it better not for ourselves to constantly repeating how many mistakes I make, how many weaknesses do I have, all those things we don't want to have it from now on. Accept where you are right now, starting from today, from tomorrow, from right after the Sunday service. When you begin to have in your thought, stop that thoughts, cut that thoughts, fast from that thoughts, continuously telling yourself, I accept the way I am right now. I don't have any weakness. I don't have nothing, no weakness whatsoever at this time. What about this then? We all need to have. That's one with God, telling yourself, and then it's all important for each one of us to have wise man and wise woman. It is so important in order for us to move forward, in order to grow, in order not to grow and receive what God has stored in your life, prepare for you, something wonderful. And in order for you to achieve your purpose right now and your goal, it is so important you need to surround yourself with a wise man and a wise woman. I'm going to share with you a story about beautiful kingdom, wonderful king and a prince of this beautiful kingdom. He had a word on his face, not just a simple word, but my goodness, the horrible word on his face. Horrible word. I mean, it's not because what he did. He was born with it. No choice, but he had the words on his face. Now, when he went to school, he used to go to school, his friend laughed at him. And when he came back, he shared that story with his dad, instead of that having a compassion over King Dad. But he said he was ashamed of his word, that people laughing at him. What? He felt the shame of word on his face, being persecuted, laughed at by other folks in the town, in the kingdom. Now, he had to live with it. Then when his dad passed away, now he became a king. He declared special decree to the entire kingdom. He says, if you love my word, you will be punished severely. He made a decree, declared to the kingdom. Gave me security, No, he's always been lonely. Even though he made a declare creed, but he was lonely. He didn't want to go outside. He want to be alone. He want to stay at home. He don't want to be laughed at. He's ashamed of his word on his face. I don't know if you can relate to that. I can relate. There's so many times what people share with me, told me, made me feel ashamed, made me feel weak, ashamed. So this man, this king, he heard the story of there is a wise man on the top of the mountain, so he decided to go. Maybe he can help him resolve the problem. His feeling of shame, his feeling of all this loneliness, problem. So he went up to the mountain, and then as he saw this wise man was sitting under the tree, and then he put his sort of cloth. By the way, sorry. Actually, now, he has been wearing this cloth cover over his head for every time, whenever he goes out. When he goes out, he makes sure he put this cloth like cover over his head. So nobody can see his word. Nobody can laugh at him. So he decided to go up to the mountain, see this wise man, and then he put his cloth on, or cover his face, and approached him and explained him why he's there for him, in front of him. Why? And then he gradually took off his mask or cloth over his head. And the wise man looked at his face carefully for a while. And he says, the wise man says to him, you have words on your face a lot. What? I thought I'm here, you can help me out and save me out of this suffering, loneliness, pain, and shame. You just told me I have words on my face. I don't have any words on my face. I don't want that. I don't have any. Now, yes, you do. You have words on your face. A lot of them. A lot. I cannot believe here. I am so mad because I thought it was my final solution. I just had enough. I'm going to go run down it. I'm just going to had enough of it. Just taking off. He just ran down a hill, put his mask on his face, and ran down. He fell over, tumbling over the hill so many times, and he fell into the lake. Now suddenly wise man went down there, pulled him out of the water, looked into his face, and took the mask off his face because he was drowning, you know. So, and looked into his face. And this man, this king, says, you know what? My friend laughed at me, and then my father shamed on me, and I just don't know. And the king realized that this wise man has words also. You have a word on your face too. Yeah? But when you don't have a mask on you, I don't really need. First, I used to wear those masks, but I decided to take it off. Because there were some people laughing at him, but there were some people actually accept me as who I am. And I found my real friends. So I decided not to wear my mask. So I decided not to wear that. You too. Okay? You don't have to wear that mask because when you're wearing the mask, you cannot find the real friends. Real friends are out there waiting for you. They see your face, they can accept you, allow you, and they allow you to be who you want, accept you to who you want. Wonderful. You know, I don't know if you remember, maybe you never remember when you're little. You may have some traumatic experience, maybe. What made you feel shame? What made you feel like began to criticize yourself or become habitual to trying to sort of like playing a record in your head? I made this mistake. I have to count how many mistakes do I have? Oh my goodness. Now, how many times is that because of something that you have not remembered yet? If you kind of carefully look back in the past, at a time around even Kevin, When you were around the time of the age of Kevin, right here, walking around, innocently walking, have you ever had anything that perhaps something to do with today, maybe? Karen Suzuki, I want to share with you a story with Karen. Karen was 3 years old when she had to extract 4 of her front teeth. At age 3, it's a little older than Kevin. But around the age of Joshua. Joshua, how old is Joshua now? 4. Younger than Joshua. Karen had to go to the doctor, an operation room by herself. Her parents are outside waiting for her. She was taken into the operation room. There were 2 doctors surrounding her, pulling literally 4 front teeth out of her, extracted the teeth. She did not remember the pain of her teeth when her teeth were pulling out of her, but she remembers how fearful it was. She didn't know why she's always afraid of people. Why, when she stands in front of people, besides her own family members, she's always been afraid of people. She thought people was going to hurt her. She thought that people were going to hurt her. It is because of what she had, what she experienced. Simple. I mean, those little teeny things that you may probably do not recognize. If you look back, if you trace it back, like the age of Kevin, even between 1 to 3 especially. I remember when I was a little boy, like the time of Joshua, I remember, my dad was upset for what I did, something wrong I did. But I always remember, somehow I remember that I was upside down, hanging from the window. I just never forget that. I don't know why, I don't know what that I did, but the only thing I remember is that I was like upside down, hanging from the window. Somehow my dad has grabbed my leg and shaken up. Looks like outside the window. I remember that. It actually implanted me a lot of fear. Somehow planted me with a lot of fear inside of me. Wearing this badge. I decided to wear bags. I decided nobody's going to hurt me. I don't want nobody to criticize me. I used to play soccer, junior high school. For my junior high school and high school, I used to play soccer all the time. But when I stopped playing, I was not a great player. I was less than a regular player. I was perhaps maybe only played defense from the offense. But why I'm telling myself I'm not an average player, I'm worse than average. Why I'm telling this to you? That's the only memory that I have because of my elders. Oh, you made that mistake again. Or I become like a little clown. And I can't understand the heart of a joker. I don't know if you've seen a movie. Being a clown, bullied, maybe. But through the junior high school and high school, I remember one catastrophic sort of memory that I have was that when my coach Bravo from high school varsity team put me in a center forward, I always believed that I can play only defense, not a center forward. But he put me in the center for the most important game against probably one of the most strongest team in the league. And then I really, really couldn't believe in myself and I messed up. That became my another trauma. But thing is, I never gave up playing soccer from junior high schools and high school. Never gave up. I always attended practice. I practiced hard. I try to overcome my fear. But I guess some of my classmates helped me. They were like my wise man and wise woman. My classmate, my teammate helped me. Reason that Karen Suzuki was a fear, how she overcame her fear was that her dad, her parents introduced her to playing softball. When she was like 9 years old, began to play softball. And playing with a teammate, playing in a team, she overcame her fear. She gained her self-confidence. because she's been playing softball. I remember that when I was at the upstate New York. She always had to go to a softball game. It is because of that, it gives her great confidence. It is not our words makes us unhappy. It's not about your weakness, whatever you have inside of you, perhaps. Not that is unhappy. Our misery came from a chilling fear that other people see our works. Our mistakes, flaws, and fears will then laugh at us, ridicule us, fail to accept us. Dr. Greg Bear from Real Love and Marriage. It is not about the words, it is about the people. That is why we have to wear a mask. That is why we have to wear a cloth over our head. I cannot really reveal my real self. I try to pretend in your school, in your job, in your high school, college, job. Everybody walking pretending that I don't have any problems. I don't have any weakness. Oh yeah, but trying to avoid some of the conversations. But we need to have a wise man and a woman surrounding us. What about a marriage? My marriage is fine. Doing all right. Besides your spouse, it is so important for each one of us to have a wise man or woman surrounding us, telling you, look into your eyes and see your real self, and willing to say, you're fine. I see you. I see your words on your face a lot. But I'm not your friend. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not your parents, not ridiculed or feel ashamed of you. But you're fine. I believe in you. I believe in you. And I believe that you can get out of there and eventually you'll be great. And I believe in you. You're wonderful. It is so important for you and I to have those wise men and women surrounding you. Otherwise, our marriage, our daily life, our life before the marriage, it's so important to have those friends. It is. It's so important. And of course, your spouse. Nice to be. Ideally, spouse can be your wise man or wise woman. Look into the eyes. Take off your bag. I see a lot of words on you. That's fine. I accept you. I love you. You're okay. I trust in you. That's why I trust in GPA, Generation Peace Academy. That's why I believe in Generation. Not perhaps because they have a great program, maybe. They're traveling around, volunteer project, whatever it is that they do, fundraising, yeah. I hate fundraising, raising money. I don't like those activities. My worst activity ever is trying to avoid as much as I can doing fundraising. I hate fundraising. If you don't know what fundraising is, but I used to make, maybe if you know, probably know what I'm talking about. Today they're making like $1,000 average. They just go out and make $1,000. My goal was like $120, like $120. I want to make it, I had to make it. Man, I made like 60 by the 9 o'clock p.m. I poured out my heart of love that I don't have any more love to give to people. I don't have any more love to give. Like pouring out too much love. Pouring out. And nobody wanted to buy from me. I'm like, all right. I love you. Would you like to buy this? I love you. Here you go. Right on your shoulder. Would you like to buy this product here? It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, isn't it? You know what? Oh, man, I forgot. I thought I had money. I forgot. Can you come back tomorrow? I ain't gonna be here tomorrow, okay? I want to tell him. I want to shout at him, but I just like love him. Oh no, sorry. I had to go somewhere. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I step out of the building. I have imagined myself. I have a great imagination. It's like I set the little bomb at the restaurant. And it's like click on it. The restaurant blow up. To blow up. And many people dead, just died. I was like laughing on the street. I was like imagining myself laughing at them. Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead. So much love. So much. that I could not give anymore. $100. Oh my goodness. Anyway, why I'm talking about this, because I really trust in those staff, Mother Honey. You know, Mother Honey? I don't know if you know Mother Honey. Oh, really, Mother Honey and Kinzo-san. You know, the Francis, Tole. These are the people I often hear from my children and others. Tole Opa. Like, Mother Honey. You know, and Kinzo. You know what they do with the simple? They love them. Are they really loving people? Tole is not really loving. I don't know. He's loving? I don't know. He's a kind of pretty straightforward, kind of cold, kind of hearted guy for me sometimes. You know? But what they're good at is this. They'll just look into your eyes and simply telling the GPA students, GPAs, take off your mask. I know, but I see a lot of words on your face. Why? Why are you telling me that I've been hiding my words for so long? I'm not laughing at you. I don't feel ashamed of your words. Just have a lot of words. That's all. But I trust you. I believe in you. We love you. If we felt that we are accepted, then we can move forward. We can move forward. We don't have to pretend that we can grow. We can fulfill our purpose. It is because I am accepted as a real man of who I am. So a whole lot of people, the GPA participants, are changing their lives. It is because they face their reality and they're accepted. That's why they can move forward. It's up to them. It's up to them. Noritaka Iwasaki, I'm sorry, I always talk about Noritaka because he's such a character, so I had to really talk about. The Noritaka he went to Japan for supplemental sort of a haircut skill trainings. He went down there and he learned a lot from by working at Japanese barbershop, Ueda Haircut barbershop in Japan, in Sapporo. He learned a lot, but at the same time, he learned a lot about the subculture of Japan. You know, he had to hang out with certain people, rap singer, he loved some of the rap music. He's really getting heavily into some rap musicians out there, hang out with some of the raps, you know, folks, you know, and videotape with them and hang out with them. In order for him to hang out with those guys, he had to go around some of the bars and clubs and, you know, he's just gonna go around. So he became sort of famous as he walked around this sort of like section, that is subcultural section where part of Sapporo, he walks around on the street, hey, no, how you doing? He sort of became popular amongst the people in the subculture, like, you know, people. And he kind of began to, he learned a lot about the skills. And however, I felt maybe he and I need to talk. So I just asked him, call him. You know, Noritaka is probably better you and I can need to talk probably. You know, because he felt that too, he honestly shared with me that he kind of began to lose his sense of purpose. Why he's there, what is the goal, what is his goal? He just kind of began to sort of lose his own integrity, and I asked him to come back. And he came back. Because honestly, he wanted to come back. Honestly, he wanted to come back and go talk to me. So we spent 3 weeks together. Spent reading Divine Principle together. Reading Real Love together. Real Love and Marriage together. He spent, he's talking 80% and 85% of his time. For 3 weeks of, I call it the, study session with my son together. That was a truly amazing time. He and I spent time together for 3 weeks. And like 4 or 5 times a day of 2 to 3 hours of session together. Read Divine Principle. He read it. He read Divine Principle. He read Real Love in Marriage. I'm just listening. And sometimes we question. Sometimes we discuss. But I never doubt whatever he says out of my mouth, that's good. That's fine. All I did was trying to be a wise man in front of them. We all need a wise man and a woman. We need to be surrounded with a wise man and a woman. Because sometimes the parents can be a wise man and a woman. Look into his eyes and her eyes. I see a lot of words on your face, but I'm not laughing at you. I don't feel ashamed of you. I believe in you. I trust in you. It allows Noitaka to grow. It allows Noitaka to exceed. It allows Noitaka to move forward. If there are wise men around him, his friends, some of the real friends I'm talking about. We don't need the friends that will listen to your story and back of you, behind you, gossiping around. I see it. And I believe Noitaka, some of the people gossiping around. But he found some real friends. It is so important that the people are surrounding ourselves with real friends, but not the friends that are gossiping behind you. Whatever you share, they're just spreading all the gossips all around. We don't need those friends. They're not our friends. Friends are, real friends are, truly look into your eyes. Know that you have words on your face, but it doesn't matter. Willing to tell you, take off your mask, please, because I cannot see your face. Lastly, I'd like to mention with you, share with you a story of Keiichi. Keiichi was the finalist of America Got Talent in 2017. America Got Talent. She was a finalist. She was a winner. Keiichi was a wonderful lady, a young girl, 17 years old, 18 years old. She went to college, Jesuit college called the Loyola College in Africa. Loyola in Africa. I mean, upon her maybe vacation, her and 59 other students travel out of Nigeria. She's an American Nigerian. Nigerian born American, grew up in America, Houston, Texas. Now, her and the 59 others flew out of Nigeria, Sosolo airline. That airplane crashed. 110 passengers out of 110, 108 people died. She was one of the 2 survivors. Majority of her body was burned. 65% of her body has been third-degree burn, and it is more just bare. Her life from the age of 17 for 12 years up until the America Got Talent. It is so important for her to have a surrounding herself with a wise man and wise woman, to uplifting her self-esteem. Uplifting her self-esteem, a feeling of shame, laughing of her, maybe people as he walk on the street perhaps. Her best friend, of course, her own parents believe in her. Her best friends are perhaps her music. She's been singing for 12 years. In a hospital, out of a hospital, wherever she went, she has been singing. Singing became her also her best friend. Along other wise men and women, I believe, definitely. And she won at 2017 America Got Talent. So at the last, if you could play that, and I would just want to finish with that. Okay, great. Keiichi. All right.
There goes my heart beating, and you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my mind racing, and you are the
a chance to see you again, to hear you again. You look beautiful, you sounded beautiful, and it's always a joy seeing you on the stage.
It was in this very theatre that we met you for the first time, and I remember you being very shy. But based on what I've seen tonight, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really like it that much. I actually loved it.
You are so emotional right now. Please, talk to us.
Oh my goodness.
My one regret is I never got the chance to give her the gold buzzer. You want to know what a champion is? This is a champion. I love her so much.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
She deserves it.
Wow. Yeah, 50 states in a boat. That's right.
Get you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All the friends.
I can't believe it. I thought it was going wrong. I was so sure.
Thank you. I'd just like to ask you if anyone would like to go for prayer at this time. Great. Alice, can you offer prayer for us?
Thank you, Reverend Schultz. I'm grateful for the Sunday service. Can everyone hear me? All right, let's pray. Our dearest beloved Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this time, as this is a two-part sermon about time and being able to overcome the things that are difficult in ourselves, in our hearts, that make us wear a mask. I really pray, Heavenly Father, that as we go through our journey in life, we never know what things will be thrown at us. But we have to, with our parents, with our good friends who are wise, to be able to connect with us and be truly good friends. We might just have one or two or three really great friends, but we have to know that through these friends, we can be able to develop ourselves and grow with God's words. Because only if you see the time of Jesus, who was his friends when it really mattered? Who could run away or who would stay with him? And we think about our true mother and her family as well, went through so much. But the truly good people that are around her and around ourselves will always be remembered in our hearts. We're grateful for this sermon because it gives us time to really think about how we can move forward and how we can truly be a good model, a role model for everyone that we meet. We want to take these words to heart and remember them through this week and beyond. In the name of the Kadi family, I send you blessed family pray at you.
아주